Testing. 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 Okay, looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna make up while we get the draft ready and stuff. I'm just eating some raisin toast, and yeah, be right back. Okay, so we got 10 minutes before the ready check. So I'm gonna keep num numbing these toasts before my pill effect kicks in, and then I won't want to eat. But feel free to use any emotes. Got a bunch of cool little emotes. I plan on getting more soon. Gonna be changing the free emotes into lol emojis soon as well. So look out for that. But we will be covering as many matches. We're covering as many matches as we get permission to cast. So, regardless of if the official broadcast is on or not, we'll be bringing you the English cast of as many games as I can cover. I think this week I can cover a lot. I don't know about next week, but we'll see. From week to week, we'll see. I'll make a post or something. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to toggle off so I can eat. So good, don't give you guys that ASM nom 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 nom. You know. So we'll see you guys for champ select more than likely. I will unmute the second champ select stats. Alright. Well, thank you everyone for joining the stream. I think they're discussing when we're gonna be starting the draft. I think we are waiting on DARS. So apologies for the wait, but it looks like we've gotten the ready check from MRJC Fanclub. And now we are waiting for the ready check from Love You. Oh. Never mind. It looks like we are starting the draft very, very soon. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to put the toasts away. I'll be finishing them during spec delay. But here we go. This is being broadcasted by 3 different teams. The official broadcast, Love You, and myself. But I'm pretty sure Love You and the official broadcast are doing a French broadcast, so I'm the only Englando Castaroni. Okay, we are looking at banning Jhin. Currently, we are on the patch where Jhin, pretty damn strong. It's been kind of like good for a lot of patches. Skarner, very, very good choice. Champion has been busted. I think he's almost got he's got 1 loss, like 1 game loss. This split. No, never mind. We're going to be pivoting over to the Elise. Not locking it in, but Elise support has seen a lot of play, ladies and gentlemen. In Korea. Never mind. We're going back to the Skarnar. No Captain Flowers here tonight. Fiora being hovered here. Okay, so this is because MRJC Fanclub, top laner, an amazing Fiora player. Fiora, Warwick, any duelist he can get his hands on, he is super good on them, applies amazing amounts of pressure, and that is why Darza's pool is very interesting. It's not the standard top laner, oh I play tanks, oh I play Aatrox. Okay, now we're gonna be getting into the ban. Here we're looking to ban Elise. No, we're pivoting into Zyra. This is a crazy Mimi special. I've seen Raf Kaiser play it, but Raf Kaiser this time isn't gonna get the ability to pilot the plant mommy. Alright, on to the 3rd and final ban here for Love You. Let us see what we get. Victor, alright. Champion icon hasn't been updated. Interesting. Okay, I guess Apex is a little outdated. But keep in mind, Mel is not enabled for this first week of competitive play. We are still going to be hovering Elise for a 3rd time. Okay, so knowing Mimi, I don't think this is a pick for Mimi. I think this would be a Raf Kaiser pick. But Elise jungle would indicate a very early style draft. Okay, but we're gonna switch to Akshan last second. Okay, I'm not too sure who on Love You plays Akshan. I think it's a mid and top flex. But here we lock in the Ashe, still priority, very good champion. The rework came in so she does a lot more damage and constantly slows instead of having abilities that slow or whatever. But the build has changed just a tiny bit, just to optimize a bit more damage. There's no more Triforce, because it's less W spam, more actual auto attacking. Okay, here we are trading the classic super meta 80 carries right now. We've got like Ashe, Varus, Jhin, and like Kalista. Those are like the top 4 current in the current meta. And there's like Corki and Jinx in 5th and 6th. Okay, so we're locking in the bot lane and the mid lane. So this is gonna be McDabber's Hui. It's gonna be Cedric's 80 carry. So I just released a tier list, and Cedric and McDabber, you know, didn't get the highest rank, so they're gonna be playing. Remember, this is soft fearless, so whatever you see this draft, you will not see next draft. Okay, Raf Kaiser with the instant Echo lock-in. All right, this could be Echo mid, because Echo very, very strong into Hui. Assassins are really good at killing Hui, because he doesn't build at most he builds a 1 HP item, but it's like not enough. He doesn't build any resistances. And here we've got for the top lane, we've got the classic Cassante. Are we gonna see the Cassante for Ambessa trade? Reg apparently has been a solid top laner, though when we did the tier list with Raf Kaiser, he had only played a few games with him. So I'm excited to see what we get here for Dars. This so far looks like a solid mid to late game team comp here for the side of Love You. Okay, we got 5 seconds on the clock. Ambessa still enabled and still available, but instead we're just going to pick Jace. Jace, a very common answer into the Cassante. Now, will we see Unending Despair style Jace? Or, so we have Tank Jace, and then I kill you Jace. And Tank Jace is kind of like a tank, but he does damage. But then you have the Poke Jace, who's like really squishy, but does a shit ton of damage. But they do look to have the Poke style team comp right now with the Hui, the Varus. The Varus probably going lethality, but lethality into Cassante Echo. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll have to see. Also, since we have an Ashe, we'll have to see if the Varus decides to opt for the teleport or the cleanse. It's going to be very interesting, because I don't think we're going to see barrier or heal much this format. Looks like we are looking to punish Raf Kaiser's champion pool. And here, Metaphors, who is the support player for was a support for MRJC Fanclub, was role shifted from AD carry ever since the Sushi Cup, because I think it was supposed to be for practice for the ETS, the LAN event. Okay, so we're going to be banning Maokai and Metaphor. We're going to be banning Maokai from Raf Kaiser. Sorry, from Soma. And we're going to be banning Karma here from Metaphors. Here we go on the second picks of bans, picks. I think we gotta pick our jungle here, right? I think you pick jungle, leave counter pick for support, unless you pick support and leave counter pick for jungle. Thank you, Valixlol, for the follow. We got the Pantheon. Okay, so this is more than likely gonna be Pantheon jungle. Really good, has HP scaling, doesn't have to build super assassin-y. It can be Pantheon support. We've seen the Heart Steel build and in China and Korea, and it does a lot because your W gives you technically a decent amount of damage without having to build damage. Okay, the Seraphine gonna be considered here for love, but if that is a Pantheon jungle, then we can easily answer with the Braum. The Braum wall would definitely be amazing here into Ashe Seraphine. So we'll have to see what we end up getting, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we got the Ashe Seraphine bot lane. We got, I want to say it's Echo mid, Cassante top. So I think we're looking here to lock in Raf Kaiser's jungle pick. Now, what does he have in store for us? There are quite a bit of jungle bans here, but it seems like we're going to go with the old reliable Viego. So, going to go very burst heavy. Hopefully we see Bruiser Ego instead of Collector Ego. I don't like the YOLO Chinese solo queue super crit build on Viego, especially now when I'm looking at the likes of Jace, Varus, and Hui. And the fact that Pantheon literally has a point and click, so even if you Heartbreaker, by the time your ult finishes, you're stunned. Yup. You cannot dodge out of abilities. If abilities finish resolving and you are CC immune, you will technically just buy time. Okay, so it is Pantheon jungle here. Yo, what's up, Pront? How we doing, my mans? As always, you know my Twitter has been updated, so if you need to go check out some saucy pics, I got you. It's Blue Archive is the flavor of the year currently, so there's a lot of Blue Archive with some free run and some other cool stuff, if ever. All right. Now we are just waiting on... That is going to be our draft here for game number 1. I'm going to put the camera into position here. Oh, shit. You showed your Twitter to your... damn, bro. She not part of the Amu gang? Ah, damn. That sucks. But hey... Hey, at least she's still with you, bro. So she passed the test. She's marriage material, bro. If she didn't leave after seeing such sexy babes on the screen, like, you know she's good. She's good for life. Alright, as we wait for Darius to show up. Oh yeah. Don't type in caps. Nightbot doesn't like caps. Well, I was told that Soma is literally a god amongst men. So, I'm hoping he doesn't let me down. Stop. Oh. Wait, give me a second. How do I okay. Give me a second, Bron. Give me a second. Logs. Chat moderation. Turn that off. Timers, integrations. Give me just a second. I'm gonna. How do I on? How do I on timeout? Man, I have no idea how to do this. I'm sorry, bro. I'm looking into it. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to click. I'm so sorry, but I turned off a few of the things. But here we go. We are getting into the game, ladies and gentlemen. So I turn off that excessive emotes repetition. There we go. Try typing prompt. Oh, on timeout prompt. Max it on. Okay. There we go. Okay. My bad. Sorry. I'm new. I'm new to using like Nightbot and stuff. I've never really used it. Why do we have the draft backwards? Okay, so I'll just have to fix the loadout, I guess. It looks a little bit weird, but Okay. There we go. We're going to pause the music as we get ready to get into the game. So let's talk a bit about the drafts. We've got the Jace versus Cassante. Normally very Jace favored. If there's a bit of jungle attention, it can snowball pretty hard. We got the Hui into Echo now. Drag should have a +1 when it comes to this lane. Just it really depends on where Soma is going to be ganking. If he chooses to gank top, if he chooses to gank mid, if he chooses to gank bot. And normally, Echo should be able to solo kill Hui multiple times, depending on what happens. But if McDabber plays safe, I think he'll be just fine. You gotta be careful, because Echo can 100 to 0 you really fast, especially if he gets like an early Sheen or an alternator. That like EQ auto second Q combo can 100 to 0. Now the Ashe Seraphine, if Sano Bros is not too careful, Varus, Leona, it does a lot of damage. We'll have to see if it's on hit or lethality. If it's on hit, we'll see hail. If it's lethality, we'll see Hail of Blades or Comet. If it's so if it's lethality, it's Hail of Blades, Comet. If it's on hit, it's Lethal Tempo. I believe just Lethal Tempo. I believe there were some PTA versions of the build, but I'm not too sure. Pantheon versus Viego. I'm expecting Pantheon to go a bit more bruiser-like. Yeah. I've seen it quite a bit in not pro play, but like in challengers and stuff like that. I've learned this matchup quite a bit. Pre-6, it is very Echo favored. Post-6, depending on if Hui is going like early like Leandries or whatever, then it turns into a little bit of a better matchup, just because the Haunting Guys gives you kind of enough HP to have a bad trade, land a Grim Visage, and walk away. But if you go the classic Blackfire Torch, things can get pretty ugly, especially if the Hui isn't too careful. But we'll have to see. So McDabber and yeah. It's terrible for Echo if Soma ganks. Alright, here we go. We got skin roulette, so let's get ready. In this edition of the skin roulette, we've got where's my okay. We've got Heartsteel, Cassante, Dissonance of Pentakill, Viego, True Damage, Echo, DRX, Ashe, KDA All Out, Seraphine, Rising Star, Battle Academy, Jace, Ruin, Pantheon, Hui, Cosmic Hunter, Varus, and Valkyrie, Leona. Whew. Jesus Christ, man. Those long-ass skin names. What the hell? But I think Draguel might like I rank Draguel and McDabber at about like the same level, you know, not like superstar players, but like, you know, they're good for what you have them at. So let's see. Do we load into the game with no issues? Please. Please. We pray. We pray to the Lord. Are you guys praying? Is it working? I don't know. I'm not that religious. Like my religion stat in D&D is like not super high. Alright, let me just swap things real quick. Got directed camera, everything should be fine. Now I'm just gonna move. Alright, looks like we have an early mid-invade by the side of MRJC Fanclub, looking to get some vision in at the enemy Raptor camp. Raf Kaiser here going to look to get some vision at the Raptors himself. Looks like we have Grasp on Jace, so I'm expecting the tank Jace variant to come out. Okay, some early damage here for the side of Dars. But we've got scouting wards. Doesn't look like we're looking to set up any lane swaps here. But Metaphors is walking towards the top lane. Never mind, Metaphors was just roaming around in the mid lane. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have standard lane assignments. No Australian lanes. No bad lane. So, Jonathan Richard gonna spot out Soma and gang. We did place an extra ward on the red buff. Richard here going to try and interrupt Cruz. And Richard gets the smite here for the big chicken. Soma's going to be a little bit behind. They're both level 1 though. Seraphine getting a nice beat drop, but Dragon Whale getting some very good damage at level 1. The multi-man, the multi-hit Q going to be putting in some chunk. The thing is, while McDabber has access to shielding, it does cost a lot of mana. An early game on Hui wasting mana for shielding could result in not having the mana to farm a lot. So it looks like Cedric and Metaphors are going to get the early level 2. They're going to get the pressure in the lane. They're going to push off Ashe and Ashe Seraphine away. Metaphors with a beautiful Shield of Daybreak Ward Wombo combo. Make sure you get that money, because it's gonna glow like some honey. McDabber taking another super echo trade. The Zenith Blade not going to connect. Beat drop going to be used on the minions. And so bot lane goes back to disparity. Metaphors taking a little bit of damage for his own sake. But McDabber has to be careful. One more super combo. What is Stars doing? Oh, looks like Dars might die. Feels bad, man.
A summoner has disconnected.
Looks like we are getting a PC reboot here from the side of Dars. Unfortunately, him walking under the turret means that Reg will probably end up getting the first blood. Keep in mind, new feats of strength. Don't have the layout for them yet. Oh, okay, cool. So the feats of strengths have been added to the spectator lobby. Okay, so it is, for those who are new to this patch, it is 3 kills, 3 uninterrupted epic monsters. So uninterrupted, I mean 4 void grubs. You have to get all 3. So if you get 2 and they get 1, it doesn't count. And it's first turret. So you only need 2 of the 3. So if when you get the feats of strengths, you get 5 extra of the stat, like 5 extra armor, 5 extra magic resist, a bit of extra movement speed on Swifties and stuff. But you get the ability to upgrade your boots so to give them a bonus effect. Now that is the more impactful thing. We've seen about I want to say like a 70+% turnover rate in solo queue. But it's not the buff that is a little bit more impactful to look out for is the Atakan. Now this thing has 2 forms. We have the Atakan that is voracious, who gives you the false life. But if you die, you technically just instantly respawn in base. But you give over a little bit of money and I think a flower. So that's a 2.5 minute buff, 150 seconds. And then you have the Ruinous Atakan, which buffs all other epic monster rewards by 25%. Dars has reconnected. Looks like we should be getting back into the game very shortly. But yeah. So that is the Ruinous Atakan. You need a lot of champion damage before 20 minutes. You never know which Atakan is spawning until it actually spawns. So if this game is bloody enough, there's a chance that we see Ruinous. But in pro, about it's about like, so far it's 100% to 0 on the conversion rate. So it's always voracious. I think during the LCK opening day tournament, we saw the Ruinous Atakan twice throughout the entirety of the tournament, but so far professionally outside of that, we have never seen a Ruinous Atakan, at least for the regions I cover, which are Okay. So Jay's going to be forced to flash here. Unfortunately, going to have to use his consumables. Probably going to be forced to take a reset here. It is unfortunate, but we are not right. We can't give... oh. The screen froze. Okay, looks like we're back. Okay, so the Hui gonna be forced to commit a teleport early after taking a few bad trades. Darius is gonna look to walk back to the wave because we have Kasate just slowly freezing, like slow farming the waves, so elf time, I'm not gonna miss out on too much. Might miss a CS or two. But once he gets back, be able to probably clear most of that. Grabs a tier for himself. Pantheon with a okay, a nice all-in into Sano Bros, but Cedric is nowhere near. It is on hit Varus, but Cedric was not near Metaphors to be able to collapse on the damage, rocking the Leona passive enough times. Mimi and Sano took a little bit of damage, but Cedric took up more damage than he needed to. The thing is, we have double cleanse, so both mid laners ended up using their teleports. Viego going to be going Kraken Slayer first item, very interesting. So this is going to be more of like the on-hit style Ego than the Bruiser Ego. So we can expect Kraken with Sand, you know, those items. Later the Rune King and stuff like that. Maybe we'll see a hybrid build from Rough Kaiser, but so far we don't know what Pantheon's gonna build. The longsword, that longsword doesn't tell us enough. There are so many items to build out of the longsword that we'll have to see the first component before we start making some approvals. I said you're gonna dodge out of the double bubble. Here, Draguel looking to get a nice trade on McDabber. McDabber about at 50% health, but McDabber firing back with the Boom Boom Cannon Fireball! A nice start by Soba Cruz into the Shock Gates by Jason. Now, Jonathan gonna have to retreat. But another slight steal of a camp by JR. I'm gonna call him JR because it's a little long to, yeah. Okay. Cedric here with a little bit of a farm advantage. Ash taking a reset. Let's see. We get the pickaxe. So could be Bork. Yeah, could be Bork. Could be Jinsu's. Or, I think it could also be Kraken's Lair. Jace has rebuilt up his tiny farm lead, but now the wave is crashing into Red, so Red will be able to get a little bit of a farm advantage. Now we get the reset in here for Varus on the first hand. So it looks like we are going Blade of the Ruin King first here on Varus. I approve. We could be seeing Sundered Sky here for Pantheon. Could also be seeing Black Cleaver, but Mimi has rotated with JR, and Soma here might get caught in Draguel's trap, but it looks like we're going to get away, and it looks like Blue Team going to be able to secure the first part of the Feat of Strength. Soma not going to be able here to interrupt. Dar's here looking, but with JR, with the gang, we have the all out, and instead we're going to give Draguel first blood here. Things are getting a little nasty. We've got the transform from JR, but he doesn't have the ultimate. Leona gonna be going down, and that's gonna be the feat of the feat of warfare. Maybe. And yeah, the feat of warfare has been claimed. JR with a beautiful use. We're gonna get Dars to use his teleport. Have to be careful. We still have the Cassante all out, though he doesn't have any mana, so it looks like we're not gonna look to get a dive in. Beautiful rotation though by Mimi. Love You playing pretty damn well, securing themselves an almost 2,000 gold lead. It looks like Dars is going the Black Cleaver first build. So we've seen this a lot into the armor stacking Cassante, where it's just going to put in a lot of work. So if Cassante builds armor, Jace has the percentage armor pen, and because he's got the grass, gets the multi-attacks in, essentially going to be able to negate everything that the Cassante is going to be able to do. Also gives him a lot of HP, which allows the Jace to kind of ignore the Cassante. So the reason why Jace takes the grass is you can charge up the grasp with the range shots and then proc it with the melee to get the full bonus. If you proc it while in Mercury Cannon form, you do not get the full bonus. You get like the half bonus because you're treated as a range unit. But so far, Dar's doing pretty good for himself. Unfortunately, Reg here looking pretty strong here. Has the Aftershock, so this is the beat your face in Cassante more than the old grasp Cassante. Essentially, with the W doing a shit ton of true damage, you proc it in the all out and then it explodes. It does a massive amount of damage. Kind of gives Cassante a lot more kill pressure than Cassante would normally have. And now Dar's going to be able to build up a little bit of a lead. Drag and JR here looking to invade Soma. Metaphor's not level 6 yet. We jump in here on JR. JR going to be in a bit of trouble. The Heartbreaker not going to be enough. Now Sano Bros and Crazy Mimi going to get tagged and they're in a little bit of trouble. And Mimi goes down. That's a double kill for McDabber. And now we force the flash out of Sano Bros. What a beautiful counterplay by the side of MRJC Fanclub. And now we're going to give over the first dragon of the game over to the side of MRJC Fanclub after winning a beautiful team fight. Also, now Hui kind of caught back up with that double kill, that 600 gold. And if we toggle money, no me, now the Hui has a little bit of a gold lead. It's definitely going to help. And Reg here putting in the work into Dars. Dars has to be careful because a good Cassante combo could probably spell the end of it. We got about 1,000 gold on each top laner, so we'll have to see where we end up getting things. JR here now almost finishes Kraken Slayer. Pantheon going to look to take a base. Still have access to the Grand Starfall. So we're going to look, but McDabber now relatively having a lot of ease clearing the waves. Swifty's already picked up here for Varus. Very, very good here. So 1-1 in objective score for Otacon, but we have the first blood. Okay, so it looks like we are going Thunder Sky first. And the second grub looks like they're already almost going to be secured here. The rotation by Crazy Me once again. Another beautiful rotation by the support. Unfortunately, Sano going to be losing a little bit of tempo because of it, but has a little bit of a XP differential. Draguel making the rotation down, but is on vision. So unfortunately, his rotation going to be noticed. And you see those beautiful grass procs being procced here by the Jace, able to heal up and stack that extra maximum HP while staying away from the Cassante. Cassante is very deadly when you get in melee range. Cassante and Jace have still not gotten a chance to take a recall, and Cassante does have access to the teleport, but Dars is just stacking a fuck ton of HP on him. And it's gonna lead with Dars getting a little bit of a CS lead. Looks like we're clearing out some vision in the blue side, in the red side jungle here for Love You. And McDabber now with the Blackfire Torch, doing pretty good for himself. Looking to drop a defensive ward in the drops his pink ward in the river. JR gonna do his red buff on a ward, so Soma does know exactly where JR is. Some really good deep warding here by Metaphors. Okay, Black Cleaver here picked up by Jace. Looks like we're going Randuin's Omen first on Cassante. Now that's kind of a first. Okay, McDabber here looking to bait Draguel. The Sunlight gonna be proc, the Eclipse, and now we've got the Wombo combo, but it doesn't stop you. Unfortunately, the Ignites... Sorry, the Ignite from Leona not going to be enough, forcing the Chrono Shift and the Flash. The Dragoa going to be able to make it out with his life. However, Sano Bros with 6 scrubs gets a little bit of time on those turrets. Gonna be able to do a lot of damage. Metaphor with a nice shield and daybreak combo onto the ward. And looks like we got a Storm Surge first here for Echo. Really good item with Electrocute, but it looks like we went Hail of Blades. So we're looking to stack up that 3-hit combo pretty fast. So you get in and then you get out. Okay, so it's 2-1 in objective scores. So, and since they took the first 3 kills, if they lose another objective, that'll be the feats of strength here, secured by Love You in a very first game of the okay, Cassandre looking to take a fight here with Dars, but we have a scuffle in the jungle. JR gonna be the one to take the smite fight and win another buff. JR really putting the pressure here on Soma. Soma having a bit of a rough time. Okay. First item's not completed yet for the bot laners. Everyone else has their first items outside of Cassandre. Okay, looks like we're taking a reset because, yeah, we've got Borg and Kraken online. Okay, Mimi's gonna be the first to finish her support item. And it looks like Kraken Slayer versus Borg. Okay, we're building towards, I wanna say that's a, that looks like a Moonstone. Either it's a Moonstone or an Echoes of Halia. We'll have to see which one it is. My Daz looks like he's doing perfectly fine into the Cassandre matchup, but Cassandre not too far behind. Also hasn't given up any deaths. So Jay's definitely going to be a bit of a side for it. Nice shield of daybreak combo onto the ward. But with the Blast Cone, we're going to see who's going to fight, who's going to get this feat of this objective feat, as it's a 4v4 in the bot lane right now. Metaphor is looking to get some ward in. We've got some vision fight. Okay, Reg looks like he wants to take a fight, but we're gonna dodge out of the way of the Natofos. And a beautiful engage onto Mimi, but the encore hits 2. We've got the convergence here onto 2 people. Cedric has to flush out McDammer's here, but Metaphor's taking a lot of damage. However, Pantheon not going to be able. Soma's in danger, and that's another kill over to JR. However, Cedric's going to slay. The Heartseeker going to go in, and now we get another beautiful Heartseeker. JR with the triple kill, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe we can make it happen. A nice Zenith Blade into the Heartseeker. The flash over, but it's not going to be enough. That's a quadra kill for Jonathan Richard. And ladies and gentlemen, the feats of strength are more than likely going to be going over here to the side of Love You. Some beautiful team fighting here by Love You. JR with magnificent. With the magnificent feats. So you got the feat of monster slaying, and that is 2 feats, ladies and gentlemen. And as you know, we get those boot upgrades. So every boot turns into triumphant boots. I don't know if we had enough action yet to decide the Otacon spawn, but it looks like so far it is positioned in the top lane. Reg looking to make a play, but sadly, unfortunately, running out of mana here. Echo going for all the parallel convergence just to tell Pantheon to buzz off, as he doesn't want any of that. Looks like we are going double burn items here on the way. Interested in seeing what Dars is going to be picking up. Probably finishing his boots. Nope. Looks like we are, I want to say we're going Sundered Sky. Either that or we're working towards the Monamune. Normally on Tank Jace, we would have gone, this looks like Bruiser Jace, so it's like a half and half. It's got like the tank runes, but like the damage build. So it looks like we're not seeing Despair. It looks like we might just be seeing Monamune. Either that or we're seeing Sundered Sky. Both good items. Jace, but we'll not see lethality items, which is what I didn't want to see on Jace. Because into Cassandre, lethality is kind of stupid. We're working on that. Okay, the arrow coming in from Ash, a long distance arrow, but McDabber going to be in trouble. The beat drop going to be found. The parallel convergence is going to stun Leona because it syncs up very well, but it looks like Leona going to be in a little trouble, and that's a double kill for Dragon Well, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful team fight victory And it looks like free access to the Rift Herald by JR. JR really smurfing on Soma this game. The jungle difference is insane, and it looks like we're going like half tank Ego. Okay, the Grand Starfall here onto Sano. Sano forced to clash away the Chains of Corruption, but it looks like Cedric's going to be able to take mostly the solo kill here onto Sano Bros. So, the solo laners, the bot lane, the AD carry here are for Mr. JC Fanclub. Still putting in a lot of work. Ash falling a little bit behind in terms of money. If we look at the bot lane, about a 700 gold deficit here. As Soma here going to take the time to invade and take the red buff. But that is the Rift Herald taken here by the side of Laview. Let's see where they decide to drop it. Soma here in the bush, where red team going to get the first turret. So that's even more money. Metaphors forcing the ultimate out. The encore, beautiful. Now Soma in a little bit of danger. Draguel looking to finish. We got the Ash Arrow. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit Varus, but we're gonna kill Draguel. Do we have enough attack speed to be able to win the trade? McDabber is coming, a nice Zenith Blade, but is it gonna be enough? And we get the Thunderbolt. And Jonathan Richard not going to have enough firepower. Oh. Not going to get taken down here by Hui. But at least we force out Cedric's cleanse. But here, a little bit of an awkward team fight taken. Beautiful disengage, though, by the side of... beautiful disengage here by the side of Laview. Mimi with some crystal clear ultimates here. Some very beautiful things. That Rift Herald being dropped here in the mid lane. I believe for now, Rumble is disabled due to a bug he has on the current patch where he is spawning Infinity Heralds. And I think the Rumble bug will be addressed, give or take, next patch. But I think currently in Pro Play, for the live patch Pro Play, it's going to be disabled. Yeah, JR now with the Titanic Hydra. Looks like Soma trying to get his Black Cleaver, but we get the chain lace crushers. Voracious Atacon, as always, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it's 18 kills at 20 minutes, it is not bloody enough to spawn the sexy Atacon. Now instead we get the plain Jane Starbucks Atacon. So what this means is whoever gets this buff will have 2.5 minutes of basically risk-free death. Though you do give up 200 gold per death here. The flowers, also the bloody petals, will give you XP and money. Okay, oh, looks like we wanted to go for a combo. McDabber here forced the flash. Draguel gonna get some good damage, and the screen is gonna freeze for some reason. Please, Riot, can you fix your spectator client? Alright, McDabber gonna take a pretty bad trade here, but has the red buff, should be able to regen. Has to be a little bit careful though. Here, Dragon has spawned. We are on an Ocean Rift. So Cassante gonna look for a play here once again on the Dars, but Dars backs up at the perfect time. Really good micro. However, Drag with 6 grubs and no access to a Lich Bane yet. Draguel is speaking that he has his, Mimi is speaking that the teleport is almost ready if we need it. Atacon was started, but it was backed off. Sano Bros here is soloing Dragon, is taking a lot of damage, but here comes Draguel to be able to help, and at least that's gonna be second Dragon taken here for the side of Laview. Let's see, money wise, it looks like we are... What is this item we are building? Oh, it is... Wait, what is Sano Bros building? Oh, it looks like we're going Runan Circuit. Okay. I was confused for a second. But, yeah, cracking Runans into, like, an IE. Gonna delay the crit build by a decent bit, but Ash is all about, like, flexing those autos in, so I'm gonna be able to get his blue buff. And, soon we will get the big thing. Looks like Leandros and Manamuna have been finished for the solo laners here of JC Fanclub. Jinsu's Rageblade also finished up before Varus, so Varus doing pretty good himself. We got the Lich Bane now on Echo, so he'll be even more of a threat to turrets with the Sheen proc. And he's got Sheen proc plus he's got 6 grubs. We're putting a pink ward down. Gonna throw the Ash arrow blindly. Unfortunately, I think Sano wanted to try and find Metaforce, but here forcing the flash on Metaforce, a very important tool in terms for the engage that we have. We are now looking to probably start it, but with 4 people topside. Can the Jace defend the turret? And for now, yeah, he can. Dodging out of the Zenith Blade. Metaphor here now in trouble. Gonna be in a bit of trouble. The Eclipse comes out, but the Encore lands. Heartbreaker goes in. Metaphor's forced to go back in. And going to end up suiciding to get his team to safety. We get the teleport here from McDabber, but I don't know if we want to take this fight if we're Love You. Things look a little scary. However, first turret gonna be taken. Well, mid lane inner gonna be taken by Cedric. Cedric putting in a lot of damage. Echo gonna be able to dodge out of the way. So at least we get a positive turret trade here for the side of Mr. GC Fanclub. Alright. Yeah, Cedric gonna get caught out, unfortunately. Didn't really have anything to fight back with, but Darius has to be a little bit careful. Cassandre full HP. Darius doesn't have much HP. Gonna get the Notofo strike into the all-out. The flash gonna be matched by Jace with Cassandre, but now we've got the Hue Wombo combo, and JR might be in a bit of trouble. And Reg gonna take a kill so far in the solo 1v2, but the all-out has worn off, and we gotta be careful. And yeah, nice shutdown here by McDabber, but it is good that Cassandre was able to get... Wait, did they change the build path? Okay, no, so we kind of went half in on Despair, half in on Frozen Heart. Okay, interesting. So Cassandre now with the Unending Despair and the armor, so the only one he really takes damage from at this current point in time is McDabber, so that's why you see the magic resist being built up here. Okay, Cedric here working on his Kraken Slayer, I believe. And Pantheon, I think Pantheon's working towards Unending Despair. There's a lot of things that McDabber could be building towards. We got the Locket on Leona finally, which is really good. Unfortunately, Metaphors hasn't had the best of game, but has had some pretty nice engages. It is only like a 3,000 gold deficit here for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub. It's not too bad here. JR looking for a play. The enchanted arrow goes wide, but here forcing the flash from Cedric. That is huge. Cedric without his flash now very vulnerable, but JR had to invest the huge cooldown of the Heartseeker. Man, I love it when shit just breaks. Come on, Rad. This is like the third freeze this game. Let's rewind 15 seconds just to look here. Want to see how exactly it happened as we wait for the screen to unfreeze. Alright, looks like it hasn't unfrozen yet, but we are going to dodge out of the way, forcing the flash, and then it's going to freeze again. Ugh, give me a second, guys. Okay, so they're still in game. Give me a second. Let me just load back in. Apologies. Alright, we're loading back in. We got the loading screen. Sorry for that, guys. I wish there was a better way to do this. Because now I'm going to miss like almost like 2 minutes of gameplay. And there's a chance that the game is just kind of over by now. Okay, it looks like the third Ocean Dragon was taken. We had a little bit of a fight here. Here we go. Okay, so looking at the items, I haven't missed much. We're going Despair on Viego. We've got the makings of a Zonia's Hourglass. Terminus finished here on Varus. We got the Moonstone now finished on Mimi. Working towards a nice Val here. Nice engage onto JR. JR has JR forced to use the Heartseeker, but no flash invested by Metaphors this time, so keeping that very strong spell for ourselves. But it looks like we're going to be looking to try and start Otacon, but we're going to back off of it. We're just going to go back to clearing some vision, some wards, and so far it's still only like a 1.5k gold deficit. Looks like we managed to take all the outers, except the top outer here for MRJC Fanclub. But the gold is relatively close, even though there's an 8 kill deficit with 6 grubs and 3 dragons. Biggest problem is, though, we are now on Ocean Soul Point. So the next fight is for Ocean Soul. As not they're working towards that, Jack's not going to be able to get it. We get the Zonias and the Despair finish here for the side of Love You. And now we're going to look to take, we're going to look to push out these waves. We're sending Dars to fight versus Draguel for the time being. Medabber has to be a little bit careful. Reg is gonna take some damage, but it's not gonna be that much. We're investing the teleport here by Draguel because we know Dars doesn't have it, forcing the fight here on the Metaphors. It's gonna be a beautiful Ash Arrow. The heal comes out, but JR gonna be in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna come out, and he's not gonna be in kill range. And get a beautiful team fight. We're going back in, and now Draguel looking. Oh, Reg here with a nice combo through the flash. Gonna be able to bait the flash on Cedric, and that just means that the Voracious Otacon gonna be taken. But JR is a little bit low. Has to be careful about the special attack. Could be in danger, but it looks like we're just gonna take the top outer. I take the top outer with Cassante, and we're going to take the Voracious Otacon. So now the False Life has been taken. It looks like we're also starting the Baron Nashor. So False Life for 150 seconds. If you would die, you instantly respawn in base. So you kind of like cheat death in a sense. You have like a free GA, but a GA that takes you back to base. And try and steal it here with Dars. We're not going to be able to take it. So back-to-back objectives, and now we have almost a 6,000 gold lead after what is a beautiful team fight. Jack Show coming out here for Cassante, Spectre's Cowl for Viego. So Viego gonna be very tanky, able to survive that all in. And so far, Love You seem to be putting in a lot of pressure. That all started from the level 1 jungle invade, where JR has just had so much number time and time and time again. Metaphors has had some really clean engages, but Mimi on Enchanters is almost unmatchable. Her skill on the few enchanters that she does play is phenomenally high. Alright, here we're sending the Parallel Convergence, throwing out the Ash Arrow, trying to find someone. Dars and Soma are going to be able to dodge it, but here we've got a Baron Siege with 6 grubs. If we ever get that wave hitting the turret, a few auto attacks will take it out. The Isolated Thunderbolt gonna be enough, but Tennis Sky's on the wave to make sure that we don't get too much turret damage, but that turret is already down to 60%. JR here, gonna get caught out by McDabber. Chains of Corruption onto him. We get the full combo, but the false life is proccing. Here, Cedric is in danger, forcing the chrono shift. And now, yeah, JR can just come back. The middle inhibitor turret gonna be taken here as a result. So we trade 200 gold for basically all the combat ultimates that we have and the mid inhibitor. Now the bot lane inhibitor is being taken. We got 6 grubs, a few more autos, and this thing should be melting like ice cream on a hot Sunday afternoon. Dragon is spawning in. Dragon has already spawned, and it looks like JR wants that Ocean Soul. Game 1 looks to be coming for the side of Love You. Very good performance in game number 1 here for the side of Love You. Looking at the backs, we've now got the Spellslinger shoes onto Echo. We've got the Noxian War Marchers. The War Marchers for Ashe. We have the Ionian Victory shoes. Cassante is the only one who has not yet upgraded his boots, but has now a Randuin's Omen and a Jack Show. So this man is armored up. We're gonna dodge out of the arrow, but Dar's here forced the flash. JR has the ultimate and the flash, but I don't know if we're committing. We're committing the Heartseeker. Have to be careful. We have the hammer form, but Dars might be in a little too much trouble. The root here from Mimi once again. Beautiful. JR barely taking any damage, and not gonna take over that soul takeover when the wave gets to the top lane, because there was no wave. We should be able to take this turret and start sieging the top. That's 2 inhibitors down here for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub, and this is looking like a game 2 angle, ladies and gentlemen. That top inner turret gonna melt like butter. We got some laughs coming out from a few of the characters. Nice Chains of Corruption onto JR. JR in a little bit of trouble. Gonna die for real this time. The false life has worn off, but that's the inhibitor turret at 50%. So we took a turret and a half for our jungler, but that is 50 seconds down, though. We do have the soul, so a few hits on champions should be able to heal us back up. Crazy Mimi gonna take an insane amount of damage from McDabber, almost getting killed, but here Cedric gonna go down. Got the parallel convergence, the shield, the chrono shift is available, but we're gonna use the stasis from the Zonias, and here we go into 3 people. This Echo does a lot of damage. Metaphor gonna go down. Here Dars is the last line of defense with McDabber, but we're not gonna be able. That's a double kill for Sano Bros, and now we're looking to get onto McDabber. Can he dodge everything? The all-out from Cassante. And now that's an ace. Ladies and gentlemen, that looks like it's the end of the game. Game 1 of this best of 3. Soft Fearless goes over here to the side of Love You. Pretty damn decidingly. A 10,000 gold lead. Objective different. We'll see you guys for game number 2. Holy shit. That was intense. Jeez. God, it's my throat. I might need to get some water. My throat is sore. Okay, let's get some music back on. As we went. Here we go. Looks like we are just discussing the match and stuff. There we go. Got an invite to the lobby. There we go. I knew this match would be action-packed. Always happy to see action-packed games. Looks like Love You Looks like MRJC Fan Club want to opt in on blue side for game number 2. At least that's what it looks for the time being. I don't know if side selection has been decided. Players are still making their way into the lobby. So we've got time to vibe it out. The draft has popped up, ladies and gentlemen, so you know what time it is. It is time to get the drafty wafty into Miami Bafty. Oh, sorry. It looks like we have JC Fan Club on blue side according to the draft. At least they're gonna be in order this time. Hopefully. But hopefully we don't have any spectator bugs. Alright, give me a second. Alright. Draft. It's gonna be... Give me a second. There we go. I'm just gonna pull my stuff on the right. Remember, if you are liking the stream, make sure, if you aren't already following, make sure to drop a follow. We also have emotes, free to use, and subscriber emotes. We're gonna be getting new. Be getting new free emotes soon, and we'll be adding some extra sub emotes very shortly. So we'll rotate them in. We'll have kind of like seasonal emotes, but feel free if you wish to sub. You can always sub with Prime for free if you have it. If not, right now we're just waiting on the draft. Alright, looks like we have the ready check here for the draft. We're going to be starting. Okay, looks like we're gonna keep consistent with some of the bands. We're gonna keep the Akshan, the Jin, the Varus. Akshan, Jin, Zyra, Fiora. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna be getting the same style bands that we had from game number 1. And clock is ticking here for MRJC Fan Club right now, waiting for the third band on blue side. I wonder what their first pick is going to be. I remember we banned Victor here from McDabber. I believe we banned Victor here from McDabber. Instead, no, sorry, we banned Victor. Yeah, we banned Victor away from McDabber. If it is left open, I'm pretty sure it is going to be first pick. The Iron here going to be coming out against Mr. JR. Okay, Skarner was left open because we're on blue side, so we banned Ivern instead. Skarner gonna get his first game of Eternal Esports, ladies and gentlemen. Can he take us to game 3? Because right now, Love are up 1-0, and it was a pretty convincing win. That invade by JR, it was like JR wasn't so much ahead the entire series. Just had the better of him at every opportunity. Okay, we've got Brand. Okay. Now, is this going to be Brand Jungle? Okay, looks like Mimi sticking to Enchanters. We've got the Nami locked in. The real question is does Saint Bros play Lucian? The Lucian, pretty good when paired with Nami. If not, Nami has seen successful pairings with the likes of Kog'Maw, Varus, Jinx, sometimes Jhin. But a lot of these are banned or were picked last match. So we'll have to see what Saint Bros has in store for us. We've got the Elite support by Metaphors, and that's Cedric's Vayne. If you didn't know about Cedric, he was the AD carry that popped the fuck off during the Sushi Cup, winning Lynx Gaming the trophy. Alright, Zion. Okay. I'm a little confused here by the drafting here for the side of Love here. So we'll have to see what we end up getting. Gwen here, Gwen and Orin bans in the top lane. Okay, so it looks like we're banning carries away from Dars and we're banning tanks away from Reg. Gangplank, one of the Dars specials, and honestly, just a very fun champion to watch. Barrel chain combos, true damage, scales well into the late game because of the crit and stuff. And we're gonna ban Malphite here, so let's see, what are we prioritizing? Probably have to pick our jungler here for the side of Love. What does JR want to play? Unless it already is Brand, then we'd have to blind pick something here. The Brand and the Skarner, I think it's okay, but if they invest into an AP mage in the mid lane, it's going to make Skarner's life a little bit easier. Instead, we take the Forsaken brother. Yone gonna be locked in here for Draguel. Not wanting to play mages, this man is on a warpath to show us that assassins and murderers are good in the Eternals League. So Yone's debut game, well, everyone's debut game to be fair, in Eternals League. Can we get to game number 3? We've got Alessandra to try and neutralize the Yone. Very good here. McDabber, great on the way last game. Had a few missed positions, but overall the combos were pretty clean. Almost killing JR multiple times. This time JR not gonna have the luck of playing a champion that can build so many defensive items. Probably not gonna build many defensive items if at all. I think Zonia's might be the only thing you build defensively outside of your Rylai's Leandries. But here we've got, okay, now we've got a shit ton of AP. So Soul AD here being the Vayne. So we got Rumble top, Elise support. We've got the Galio top to answer the Rumble. Alright. Okay. Alright, so while we get into the spec delay, we're going to run a little bit of an ad break. The game's going to be starting very shortly, so you won't be missing much. let's talk about the team comps. So we've got what looks like a very strong late game style team comp from both teams. The Yone, the Brand, the Zaya become monsters in the late game, but the Vayne is what I want to focus on. Cedric played really well last game, and now we put him on a hyper carry that can take over the game if he has enough peel. It is interesting to see Metaphors here on the Elise. He had a pretty decent performance on the Leona. I think this is where I need to put the camera, but we'll fix it if we have to once we get into the lobby. So we've got very heavy AP topside, so Galio gonna have a field day for these early team fights for Grobs if we're not rotating the Vayne, because Elise is AP, Lissandra AP, Rumble AP, but I mean, Dars had the disconnection early at the start of the last game, but he still played really well into Reg, but didn't ever find any kill pressure on the Gisante. However, Galio is a different question, but Galio also has kill pressure on the Rumble. The Rumble is not too careful, and he eats too many Winds of War into Justice Sponge combos. Pretty sure Galio is going to be going the Aftershock rune, and going to be looking to build the Hollow Radiance Merc Treads, because looking at the CC we have here from the side of MrJC Fanclub, Merc Treads are probably going to be needed on Yone and Galio. We can probably look to opt for a more defensive build here on the Yona. Zaya going to be the one in charge of dealing damage, but Blade of the Rune King might be optimal here to break through Skarner. We'll see what build Dragwall adapts. He went like the standard AP Assassin build, it seemed, for the Echo game, so seems to have a good head on his shoulders, even forcing a few early backs here from McDabber. And yeah, so far Love have shown that they have very good objective micro, objective macro, a very good individual micro. Reg with the fanciest of feats, like holy shit, this man was dodging, juking, and baiting people so hard on the Cassante. Don't know if he finished deathless, but that was a wonderful game. We'll have to see if Soma here is able to get a little bit of a better start, because he really did not have fun last game. Got invaded level 1, and then he was matched by Viego at all the plays, and things kind of just fell off from there. The Pantheon never really got to make many good moves. But we'll have to see what happens here. We're about to get into the game for game number 2. Skin Roulette is about to begin. Do I have any Wawa? No, I don't have any Wawa. Fuck me, man. Alright, well, we'll try not to die as we cast this game, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to go get some Wawa. I refilled the entire fridge today, so. Here we go. Skin Roulette for game number 2. We've got Super Galaxy Rumble, Program Lissandra, Guardian of the Sands, Skarner, Mask of the Black Rose, Elise, Dragon Master Vayne, Hextech Elio, Apocalyptic Brand, Spirit Blossom Yone, Battle Bat Zaya, and Coven Nami. Looks like we've got Exhaust versus Ignite in the bot lane, Double Barrier. We've got Quadruple TP, and it's Dark Harvest versus Grass, Aftershock as predicted on the Galio. And yeah, interesting. We're going to electrocute on the Elise. I guess it's really to make the plays early. We'll have to see if we're able to make all of these plays. But yeah, as we load into the game, currently it is match point here for the side of Love You. And can MrJC Fanclub fight back? Because they had a good start against Lynx Gaming, and then things went to shit. So, we'll have to see if MrJC Fanclub can bring it back. I'm praying. Oh, Lords of the Rift, please give me a good connection, free from any freezes, quality gameplay, bloody action, and everything else we need. Thank you oh very much, oh God of War. Let me just... There we go. That makes a bit more sense. Here we go. We are into the game, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to need to play kind of safe early here for the side of... Mr. JC Fan Club. Really need to get to those one-ish item power spikes. The Heartsteel, the Leandries. I don't know what Lissandra goes first, but Vayne definitely going to need 2 to 3 items. We've got a bot side defense here for Love You. The level 1 for Mr. JC Fan Club is pretty decent, but Nami, Yon, Galio, that's pretty disgusting level 1. Zaya and Bran, they kind of don't really do much. Looks like we're going to get the resets in. So, JR here went Red Smite, interesting. And, yeah, we'll have to see what build we end up going. For Zaya, are we going to see ER, IE? Like, are we just going to see 100% crit with pen on 3? Because there's not many tanks. I mean, there's a Skarner, but we don't know if we're getting Battlecruiser Rumble or if we're getting Blast Yo Ass Rumble. And so far, no jungle invades. JR here, starting a Raptors like he did last time, but instead of starting at Soma's Raptors, starting at his own Raptors. Looks like we're going to have a standard full clear here for both junglers. And yeah, Draguel taking a decent amount of poke. So what Yon has to do in this lane, has to trade, like Silas does, has to trade his HP for as much CS as he can. Doesn't really care about any damage to the Lissandra, doesn't have any kill pressure at all, just looking to get as much farm. It's the same thing with Reg here in the top lane versus Galio, but Dars has to be a little bit careful, as if he takes too many accidental hits, things could go south. McDapper though, really putting in the work. The pot already used up in the mid lane here by Draguel, so this lane isn't going to be as easy as it was last time here for the Echo, ladies and gentlemen. Dar is also showing us that even on the back foot, pretty decent at farming. Reg though, surprised the farm is coming so easy to him. Okay, we've got the taunt here on Galio is being channeled. And see, look at what I mean. The Aftershock, Winds of War, Justice Punch damage. Really gonna put in some work. Now we'll have to see how Reg utilizes the Shield of Durand, the passive magic shield that he gets against the Rumble, because it will technically buy him a lot of extra HP. Draguel managed to get a little bit back of footing in this lane. And remember, when you take any damage, the shield starts regenerating, but it resets every time you take damage. Oh, gonna miss the cannon minion here. Gonna feels bad, man. Mimi gonna get a nice super bubble. Sano here playing aggressively. We've got Soma in the bot lane. The Ishtal impact here gonna be used. And yeah, Soma gonna get a gank in. But looks like JR just gonna take that opportunity to get as much farm as you can. Already has an extra camp over Skarner. Looks like we are going Heartsteel. The Draguel taking a nasty chunk here. But Darcy here getting a little bit low. Another Justice Punch. Not going to connect this time, but the Winds of War are going to do damage. However, Reg is out of mana. We have overheated. But Darcy here going to go down. That's first blood over to the Galio. Unfortunately, not calculating the angles. And it looks like Soma going to be able to not get double scuttled. Things are going to be a little bit harder here for Dars. It's really important to not die early, because that magic resist is going to be huge here for the side of Galio. Okay, Metaphor getting a nice trade here onto Sano Bros. The Ignite comes out. And that's a return kill here. Mimi here going to be able to dodge out. Unfortunately, Cedric has an awkward flash into the tumble, and things aren't going to go the way they wanted. But we are going to be able to push out Mimi out of the lane. The exhaust barrier used for the flash ignite. Okay, Cedric with a little bit of CS lead. It looks like we are indeed going ER first. Galio with that first kill manages to get an entire Spectre's Cowl. Gonna be momentous. Draguel has hit level 6 before McDabber, so if he wants to look to make a play, he's got to look before she levels up, but she's probably leveling up on this wave.
Audacious bravery shield.
Nope. Okay, JR here looking to make a play. We've got the Justice Punch. Dars is level 6. Surprisingly up in XP, but Draguel and Mimi have made the rotation. Forcing the flash here on the Rumble is huge. Still having access to the equalizer though. It's a 4v4. Get a beautiful 4-man. JR gonna be in a little bit of danger. Soma looking to cancel a trade. And it's gonna be one grub going over to JR. Dar's in a little bit of danger, but the Yone ultimate over the wall with the Fate unsealed. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get what we needed. However, the Hero's Entrance is going to be enough. McDabber going to be going down here. That's the second kill of the game. The Ishal Impact going to be taken over. And it looks like the first objective of the game is going to go uncontested here over to the side. Over here to the side of Love You. We are one kill away on red side from the Feat of Warfare. And monster slaying has been started. JR with a beautiful flash to get out of the grub pit. Getting the kill also means that it'll make it easier for him to get some stuff done. Already having a bit of a CS advantage. Soma here. Just looking to continue farming, get that hard steal as fast as he can. Yone really wants those boots into Blade of the Ruined King. Gonna help him deal damage to the Skarner. And hopefully sustain back up. Okay, Justice Punch here invested into Dars. But Reg in a little bit of trouble. Still has access to the flash. We'll have to see if he's able to use it. Oh, but the impact gonna be missed here. The impale gonna be missed. And we dodge out of the way of the Q3 here on Yone for McDabber. Gonna make sure to live. Dar's doing what he can with the limited money. But it looks like we picked up a Dark Seal here for the side of Reg before teleporting back into the fight. Okay, JR here looking to take an extra camp, but it's 2-0 in objective so far here for the side of Love You. JR gonna get caught by the Elise Cocoon. JR going in, throwing the thing, but then we have the Elise ultimate, and that's gonna be the Feat of Warfare claimed by Love You. But Lissandra getting a little bit of money. It looks like we are going Malignance first. Dar's putting in as much damage as he can. And Reg's not going to be able to get away with the Justice Punch. Instead, going to give back a kill over here to the side of Dar's. A nice Cocoon onto Sano Bros. Forcing Feathers Fly here. Featherstorm here going to root up Elise. I don't know if there's enough damage to be able to conclude. But both supports have not yet hit level 6. Level 7 hit by both Cedric and Sano. Okay, looks like we're going to opt to take in... We're going to opt to just take some plates. Okay, a nice flash by Metaphors. Okay, Cedric here in a bit of trouble. Gonna get stunned up. And gonna go down. Metaphor is now in trouble. Mimi looking to be able to secure the kill. Oh, but we're gonna donate the kill over to JR. Fantastic damage allocation. So now this brand is huge.
Galactic hyper barrier.
We really need that Leandros here for the Rumble, but the brand almost having it as well. We got McDabber here, going to be able to take another kill, a kill this time onto Dragwell. He does have access to the teleport. McDabber's going to look for some poke damage. The Justice Punch going to be able to get Reg away. Metaphor's here with another rotation. Maybe taking a little bit of damage, but trading a heal for some damage. The bot laner seem to be doing fine too. However, Cedric probably in a possibility to solo kill. It looks like this time we aren't going to let JR get... Yeah, we need to be able to secure one objective. The Brand Ultimate, the Pyroclasm comes out. And that's a lot of damage to bubble into the two-man tidal wave. JR going to be in a little bit of trouble. Metaphors gets a kill. It's a knock up here on the Dragowell. Dragowell going to be going down. McDabber going to be taken down here by Reg. Dragowell going to snap back. Dar's in a little bit of trouble though. They're going to flash to try and kill the Nami. And almost going to have enough to kill Dragowell too. But it looks like the feats of monster slaying here are going to be taken by the side of LoveU. Another objective dominance game here from the side of LoveU. The focus on the objective macro, the steal was fantastic. Someone must have miscalculated. Something. At least first items here for the top side of both sides. I think Reg gonna have his item. Yeah, has 1900 gold when he takes it back. Definitely gonna have his item. Almost 10 stacks on the Dark Seal. Things are looking very good. That's almost a 2,000 gold lead here in the jungle role. Soma gonna be in a little bit of trouble. The Leandros means that the brand and now has essentially more combat prowess than he does. Metaphor looking for a cocoon play, but does not know that JR is just waiting in the bush. And Metaphor is just going to die to the burn damage. Here JR going to get yet another kill. Dragowell going to try and make a play onto McDabber, but going to have to snap back to reality. And here Reg with the workings of Merc Treads now. Tidal Wave being invested, but we've got the ultimate here from McDabber. Feathers Fly going to be summoned, but it's not going to be enough. And we're going to stun up Xenobros against the wall, but Xenobros going to have enough money, going to have enough power here to kill Cedric. However, we do get... McDabber going to be able to steal a kill here from Soma. A nice play by Soma onto Dragowell, burning both flashes, but Reg now might be in a bit of trouble. A nice flash to get out of the way to be able to use the Justice Punch, but the Electro Harpoon into the Flame Spitter going to be enough. That's a beautiful shutdown here taken by Dars. Dars starting to get a bit of that combat prowess, but JR and Mimi have to be a little bit careful. We're starting up Dragon number 2. It is a Mountain Dragon. Going to be very useful for both sides. Turret plating has fallen, so we're looking to get as much damage onto this turret as we can. We are on vision, but we do not know. And JR here going to be taken down, but we're going to trade him for Metaphors. Xenobros also going to be taken down. Dragowell in a little bit of danger. The Tidal Wave going to knock up both Cedric and McDabber, but... Cedric's still looking to fight. And that's going to be first turret over here to the side of Dars, making back up the entirety of that gold lead that they had in the difference of the top lane. And now working towards that Rift Maker. We got a Battle Cruiser Rumble. Very good here. The first items across the board. Yon looking to take a recall. I believe he's got the money for his item. I think it's like 925 combined costs. And yeah, that's Bork finished. So first item for everyone outside of Elise, who's going, I believe we're going for Storm Surge. It's like Storm Surge Shadow Flame or something like that. That's like the 2-item combo you normally want. Try and get as much damage in as possible with a limited support budget. Alright, Soma gonna be starting up this second dragon. So it's gonna be tied 1-to-1 in dragons, but 6 grubs still over here to the side of Love. And they are putting in a lot of work to make sure that they get as many resources as possible. Red's gonna try and get this turret, but I mean Galio doesn't do an amazing amount of damage to turrets. However, JR and Mimi are here looking to gank Dars. Dars could be in trouble, has to dodge the stun, dodges the seer, dodges the pillar of flame, gonna throw down the equalizer, but it's not going to tag. However, Mimi in a little bit of danger. Cedric gonna take the 1v1, forcing the flash from Sano, and now Mimi also forced the flash away after getting caught by the cocoon. McDabber and Draguel gonna take a fight, but Draguel just snaps back to his clone.
Darkness closes in, drill right through it.
Okay, looks like Metaphor is starting the objective with Soma, looking to get the Rift Herald to be able to take another turret here. Probably the mid lane turret, as we already took the top outer. It's a 26 kill game at 16 minutes. There's a lot more damage this time on the board, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough for a ruinous Otacon. Skarner going for the Unending Despair as the second item before finishing boots. We've got Rylai's in the making here for the side of JR. And Shadow Flame here for Lysandra coming in very soon. Yon looking to get a push in to that turret in the bot lane. Probably gonna be able to just take it. A few more swipes. Might have to trade his life for it. The path of the Ice Claw. Here, nice cocoon here onto Sano Bros. But it's not gonna be enough. Here, JR gonna be caught out, and Metaphors here gonna take a kill. And so JR here just going to die because he gets caught out. The Rift gonna be ridden by Elise. Metaphors going to get that first that turret in the top lane. And we have to be careful. Second charge coming in. We got a beautiful equalizer here. Okay, so we did a shit ton of damage to Reg and Sano, but unfortunately did not get a second charge in to the I don't know, it must have stopped or something. You know, that's weird. First time I'm seeing that. Okay, but Rumble is in this match and there's no Infinite Herald, so I guess it must have already been fixed on the patch already. But yeah, looking at the money real quick, looks like we're going Rift Maker on Galio. I think this is Rift Maker, so it looks like we're going Rift Maker on both top laners. And yeah, nothing else. Stridebreaker seems to be the second item of choice here for Yon. It's been a while since we've seen Stridebreaker, but I guess it's just a solid wave clear item that helps Yon push things out. Storm Surge now finished for Elise. She is a pretty rich support, almost 1,000 gold deficit, 1,000 gold lead, sorry, against the Nami, but does have 3 kills and 4 assists. But Mimi always staying tried and true, 11 assists out of 13 kills, doing a pretty decent job herself. Now we're looking to set up for the next dragon. We are once again on an Ocean Rift. Not too impactful for these team comps. Would have been better to get something like an Infernal just for the burst of damage. But the sustain could help against like the all-in style from JR, Drag, and Mimi. So once those ultimates are on cooldown, things are a lot less easy to do. Oh, looks like JR here. The Ruinous Otacon has spawned. Okay, very nice here. Soma here forced a flash. Otacon has spawned top lane. And we invested Draguel's teleport, but we killed. We killed Metaphors once again. So for the game's closer than it was last time. So JR are going to be starting up the Ocean Dragon. No soul point yet. Shadow Flame now in for McDabber. Unfortunate. And now the gold lead is starting to collapse. And we are looking to prepare for Otacon. JR looking to take as many camps as he can. Soma gonna be able to steal the Raptor camp. A nice equalizer cocoon. JR gonna get melted. We're gonna dodge out of oh, Cedric with a nice outplay here. And it looks like Draguel gonna survive with very minimalistic HP. McDabber here forced the flash away from the Winds of War, but a little bit of a mixed team fight here. McDabber has to claw away. We got the Flicker Blade now onto Zaya, but beautiful outplay here by the Vayne. Draguel gonna take a turret shot here, but looking at it, we've got Riftmaker now on the Rumble. Beautiful engage too by Dars. Almost have the looks like we have the Unending Despair here for Skarner, and the Merc Tread's gonna be very useful. Jinsu's finished up. And yeah, Ruinous Otacon does mean the 25% extra bonus from other epic monster rewards. So dragons are becoming very important this game, as they will be the main source. Outside of that, you do get a little bit of extra damage on the Elder Dragon. You get more stuff from the Soul, and you get a little bit more AD and AP from oh, beautiful ward plays here by Dars. Looks like we're really trying to get that turret, because it gives us priority for fighting for this Otacon. And the Ruinous Otacon, unlike the Voracious Otacon, is a permanent buff. The Voracious does have, I think you get 40 extra gold on kills or whatever, but that's pretty useless. Yeah. Ruinous puts in a lot more work. Oops.
Fiery spirit of the Yordle Inferno.
And a nice stun, bubble, taunt, knockup combo coming out here from Mimi, JR, and Reg. And that should be the top outer turret here taken for the side of Metaphors here. Gonna get not gonna get caught out. Red's gonna dash into a wall. Drago gonna get hit by the boulder toss. Cedric has to be a little bit careful. Mimi has had really good accuracy with these bubbles. Metaphors stuck over the wall, doesn't have flash. Gonna try and get away, but Reg's just going to murder her with the Aftershock proc. However, Reg's pretty low on mana, so might look to take a reset. Soma here doesn't really want to give up. And Cedric gonna get caught out in the Yone ultimate. And no cleanse. No cleanse or QSS means that we cannot stop that bubble. A nice bubble onto Dars to stop things. But Dars going to be able to get a kill here We've got a Seeker's Arm Guard, but no flash. That's a triple kill here for Sano Bros. And yeah, money just given on a silver platter. Looks like the Otacon gonna be taken probably into the Baron. We've got Burn plus a Bork. And Dragowell does have his teleport in once he respawns. So this should be another double objective take here by the side of Love. Things not going too well for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub. A little bit disappointing given the names on this roster. But I guess it's going to take a little bit of time for the synergy to mesh. But as Hedrick had been putting up a really nice performance up until now. He got caught in a pretty obvious bubble, but unfortunately did not have a flash to make a play otherwise. We've now got the War Marchers here on Zaya, Spellslinger shoes on Brand, and we got the Mikhail's Blessing, which is very important here on the Nami to be able to remove the Lysandra Prison, the Lee's Cocoon, and Skarner Ultimate. Alright. Now we're tied 2-2 in Dragons. This game looks like it could go long, but the more items we get on this Vayne, the more dangerous things get. Adar's gonna take a pretty decent chunk, but has a decent amount of HP. Looks like JR are gonna be going towards, I think, his own Hourglass. Just to make sure he can't get caught out. Because he is definitely one of the priority targets. Galio building an Abyssal Mask. At middle, outer turret is taking a beating. Another wave could be the death of it. Okay, nice combo here onto Soma, but we've got the Ice Claw. Mimi with a nice cleanse here onto JR, but Dragwell trying to make a play. We're gonna dodge out of the Yon ultimate. We have the shield at the run, but Metaphors with the assassination here. Are we gonna be able to live? We get a beautiful assassination attempt here onto onto Dragwell. This Elise is putting in a lot of work. So that is overall a team fight win here for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub. Cedric dodging out of that Yon ultimate was key, but now no flash on Elise, no flash on Vayne, no flash on McDabber. Things are a little hard. A nice shutdown going over to Cedric here, but it looks like at least the Baron was interrupted. However, that's a lot of money over on the Vayne. A 1300 gold lead. Gonna finish that third item. The tidal wave gonna be used to try and interrupt some backs, but Soma should be fine even though he is on a ward. So that is a Triforce finish here for Vayne. And now we're working towards Hourglass on both Dars and McDabber. Okay, the teleport being committed by McDabber into the blue buff area, but the Baron is going down pretty fast. No access to Soma, so Soma doesn't have access to the pit, and it's gonna be a while. The equalizer going in, and things are rough. The feathers fly forced out here, but now it looks like we have we're looking to take the Baron, and Soma gonna be able to have access to the pit. JR trying to get back in. And Galio gonna be in a little bit of danger. Dragowell still has, Dragowell doesn't have the ultimate, so things are gonna be dicey. Mimi's gonna go down. Reg also gonna be going down, but Metaphor is gonna be taken out first. Dar is also gonna die, but okay. So we're gonna stop the Baron attempt once more, but again, another team fight victory here for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub. And this Vayne is just getting richer by the second. Has another 1,000+ gold. We now have double Zonias available for Dars and McDabber. And yeah, if this, if the Yone and if Dragoel and Zeno are not the ones beating the shit out of Skarner, he's got enough magic resist to kind of say, I don't care, bro. Dragon gonna be up in 50 seconds. Baron's still up. Metaphor now at his 2-item spike, so he does a lot of damage. There's no magic resist on anyone except Reg. So this at least almost does true damage at this point. And when you get low enough, she actually does. Her spells crit, so that spider exploding could be huge. Looks like we're trying to pressure for Ocean Soul Point. With Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. We were looking for a play here on to Cedric, but Cedric gonna be able to just tumble away. Now we're staying as a 5-man stack. This game is one team fight from swerving. Nice stun here onto Soma, but a beautiful equalizer, and Nami gonna get assassinated. Draguel gonna be taken down, but Dars with a nice yeah, holy shit. Okay, that's a beautiful teamfight win. It happened all so fast. You killed the Skarner and the Elise, but at what cost? You lost everyone. Now Vayne looks to be getting tankier, so things are gonna be nice. There's no brand for 22 seconds, so things are looking good here. Dar's gonna be picking up that honey fruit, and we have the burn plus a Blade of the Ruined King. Should be able to do this insanely fast. Dar's gonna get a little low, but should be fine. Now everyone here on the side of JC Fanclub gonna be up. We're gonna look to take some recalls. Teleport is available here for Dars. So we are getting, we are working on probably a Cribloom or a Void Staff. Mimi gonna try and get some vision here in the red side jungle. JR joining her. Trying to guarantee that scuttle. So it looks like we are starting up the Ocean Soul Point for either side. Whoever takes this will be one dragon away from Soul. Remember, it is a little more effective. Is Soma gonna try and get in, but we took it really fast. JR gonna get cleansed, but beautiful play. Cedric just assassinating the backline, and Sano not gonna be able to get away here. And this Vayne is fully online. And yeah, we took the dragon, but technically another team fight win for the side of Mr. JC Fanclub. Things are looking bad. And that's also gonna be the inhibitor turret taken for Mr. JC Fanclub. We also take the bot lane outer. And this Vayne is becoming a big problem. Almost a 4,000 gold lead in that bot lane. She's about to finish her Jack show. Has the money for it. And then what's next? Terminus, GA. I don't know. Things are just going really well here for Cedric. Trying to push towards game number 3. Alright. Working on a Thornmail here for Skarner. Soma is dying a lot with metaphors in these team fights, but hey, it's technically just the front line dying and all the damage lives. So it looks like we got double IE finished up by Zaya and Yon. Yon finally starting to build some crits, so his passive is going to be putting in some work. Death Cap almost completed here by McDabber. He does a lot of damage. Cribblum gonna be the penetration item of choice here for Dars. And it looks like once we finish the Jackshot, we're probably, I think this could be a Wit's End or a Terminus. They both build out of recurve bow, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of magic damage, though. Yeah, the Cedric has to be careful of. Yon still does a decent amount of magic damage, so still have to be careful about that. About 1,000 gold away from the Death Cap here from McDabber. We're going to get a good push in to the top side. We're grouped bot side here for the side of Lavue. Looks like we're deciding to trade. Okay, the Feather Storm here invested by Xayah could be huge. Okay. But we got to get back to the base because we traded turret for the base. That doesn't sound very smart. That's another inhibitor turret just taken essentially for free. So it's 2-1 in turret objectives, and Xayah lost her ultimate in the mid lane. Nice cocoon by Metaphors, really putting in the work with these crowd controls. We are fighting for dragon spawning in 2 minutes. But if Soma can't take it, then that Ocean Soul might prove problematic. Galio is almost full build as well, so Reg doesn't get any stronger than this. Cribblum picked up now for Rumble. About 300 gold away for Lissandra. Xanobro's doing what he can, but nowhere near his 4th item. Alright. Alright. Here we go.
This is in, drill right through it. Yeah.
The final hour has been procced here by Vayne, which is huge. A beautiful equalizer. Xanobro's in the middle. Gonna burn to death, but a beautiful impale. Here, Dars here with the flame spitter. Mimi's gonna be going down. Red's trying to escape, but Cedric has the damage, and things are going to shit. The Justice Punch gonna try, but you can't taunt the Vayne. She's just gonna blow you up with that rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Motherfucker, Vayne looking to take us to game number 3 off the back of Cedric and Dars's beautiful plays. Soma coming in here, and JR having a much worse game than he had last time. I guess Skarner gonna keep his 100% win rate, and yeah, that's an ace. And GG, well played, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to Silver Scrapes, the very first Silver Scrapes of Eternal Esports in its very first match. La hell yeah! Here we go. All right, let's get the playlist back up. I would play Silver Scrapes, but it always gets copyright claimed. So instead, we're gonna enjoy some nice Glitch X City. And here we go. Looks like we've got for game number 3, it looks like JC. Is JC gonna be on blue side? Looks like it. Alright, while we wait on the people to join the lobby and the draft to get ready or whatever, I'm just gonna go get a quick bottle of water because my mouth is about to disintegrate. Ah, there we go. Ah, man, feels good to drink some water. Ah, refreshing. That was action-packed, closer than I thought it'd be, but it looked like JC just had the number. All right, we are in game 3, so now there's 4 AD carry bans, 4 jungle bans. We're gonna stay consistent. 20 champions have been disabled. Skarner no longer needs to be banned, but we're gonna keep the Akshan, Zyra, Fiora bans consistent for now. JC's still on blue side, so Vi is still technically available if someone plays it. We haven't seen much that like kind of contest the Vi. Okay, Victor from Arcane still gonna be banned because being Russian is discriminatory. We do the dance, the jiggy dance. We thank the gods for having an uninterrupted game number 2. And now we pray that we get a god tier game number 3. Okay. JC on the clock thinking, is that a no ban? Alright, some people don't know how Fearless works. Okay, Kog'Maw gonna be the third ban here, so it looks like we only took 2 bans here for the side of JC Fanclub. My throat kind of hurts. Hopefully, I'll have enough voice power to cast. Ugh. Okay. We locked in Diana? Okay. Very interesting. Alright, wow. Okay, JR gonna lock in Belvev here. We saw JR play Belvev during a scrim versus Mr. JC's team. Alright, we're going full void, just blinding Kaisa. I mean, to be fair, it's a lot of AD carries banned. So we're now down the list from what's good. I mean, Kalista technically still open, but do either of these players play Kalista? That's the real question. Twitch? Okay. Twitch being considered here for Cedric. I mean, he was the carry player last game. So, okay. Are we just going Twitch Lulu? Is this just Twitch Lulu? Twitch Lulu very good into dive. Yeah, you just polymorph and kill whoever dives. Clock is ticking. So far, Metaphor has played Elise and Leona. So we might see another engaged style champion. Okay, Dart's just gonna pick up the gangplank just like that. We're blinding top, we're blinding AD carry, we're blinding AD on red, we're blinding top. Because it's Diana versus Belvev in the jungle. Very interesting. Could be Diana mid, but I don't think you'd blind pick Diana mid. I don't think it has much flex value. Renekton, the Crocodile, my boy, my purse, my shoes, being considered here for Reggie Boy. Nope, instead we're going to pivot over to Mordekaiser. You cannot QSS Mordekaiser Ultimate, but you can you can W it. I think you can just Gangplank W it unless they've changed it. Okay, Yasuo here gonna be banned. Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't pick McDabber for a Yasuo player, but we'll have to see. Okay, Sylas gonna be banned here away from Draguel. Yeah, the Assassin pool getting thin. Well, Assassin E style pool. Lulu gonna be banned away here from Metaphor. Just makes sense. It's not good with Kai'Sa, but it's amazing with Twitch. So would make perfect sense. I mean, Braum also would be decent here, but there's not a lot of projectiles to kind of block. And Kai'Sa can play around Unbreakable super well. So we'll have to see what the last ban here. Fizz. Wow, Jesus Christ. Could this be Diana mid? No, no way. There's no way it's Diana mid in 2025. She hasn't seen enough like buffs to like her mana costs are horrible. But yeah, then again we saw Echo mid, so it's like nothing surprises me anymore. Alright, we've got Renata Kai'Sa. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what kind of enchanter is good with Kai'Sa. I really like Rakan. Because we had the Belvev, the look that wanted to go in, but I guess versus Twitch, Diana, Gangplank. Well, I don't know. I think Rakan could have been good here, but it's an engaged support, and it looks like we're just kind of putting Metaphorus on the next best engaged champ. I've not seen any consideration here for Nautilus or Blitzcrank. Okay, so it's going to be Twitch Rakan versus Kai'Sa Renata. I don't think Kai'Sa Renata is a very strong lane. I think, if anything, this might be an opt-in for a lane swap, because Mordekaiser should be able to mitigate Twitch Rakan pretty well, but I don't know if the teams are playing at that level. We've seen lane swaps almost every single game in pro play. It's very boring to watch, but it's just if you pull it off and it goes well, it's almost guaranteed a gold lead. Okay. It's going to be Ari mid. Okay, so we have no real front line here from the side of JC Fanclub. We're looking to go kill and get out. Akali going to be locked in for Draguel. Okay, so no front line on either side. I mean, outside of like Mordekaiser, but we'll have to see if the Mordekaiser ends up building more like tanky or if he doesn't at all. All right, that is the draft finished. I'm going to run a very small ad break, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I don't run many ads, but we run one ad break normally before every game. So here we go. I'm going to throw it in. All right. Alright, just waiting. Alright. Now in the game lobby selection. 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 Okay. So, team comp-wise, we have probably one of the rougher lanes in the top lane for Mordekaiser, because Gangplank can just W out. But we'll have to see if Reg is able to hold on. He's had Darz's number. It feels like he's had Darz's number for a few days, well, for a few games now. So if Darz is able to win this matchup, this snowballs pretty heavily. Belvev to JR went from playing a jungler that ganks constantly to a jungler that can gank to now a jungler that needs farm. So Diana, also part of one of those farming CEOs, really needs to get a lot of money early. But we'll have to see which jungler makes the first impact. Because so far, feats have gone 100-0 for the side of Love. Will this continue? Or with this more like... Because Akali doesn't have that good wave clear. Mordekaiser isn't too strong pre-6. Belvev technically weak early. Will we be able to get the top lane prio? The early 6 grubs, the no contention? Are we going to win the team fights early? We'll have to see, because MRJC Fanclub put up a really good fight in game number 2. And now we're in game number 3. Cedric on Twitch has the opportunity. I mean, if Draguel doesn't get too fed, has the opportunity to really go to town here against the enemy team, because there's no front lines. So Twitch basically, once he's got a few crit items with the board, like the brak brak brak, it just explode. So we'll see. We'll see what Cedric ends up doing. We got about 30 seconds before we hop into the live game, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, I'm excited. We pray for no pauses, no freezes, good quality. We prage. We prage. So after this is over, I'm gonna be doing some Slayer and some rune crafting while we edit the vlog to have it up for tomorrow morning. Yeah. All right, here we go. Scan roulette for game number 3. We've got Pool Party, Gangplank, Crime City, Twitch, Battle Queen, Diana, Spirit Blossom, Ari, Cosmic Dawn, Rakan, Prestige, Light, Illusion, Renata Glass, Darkstar, Kaisa, Inferno, Akali, Battle Boss, Falcons, and Project Mordekaiser. We've got 4 TPs. We've got Exhaust versus Heal, Double Barrier. And things, oh, okay, so it's gonna be a Arcane Comet Gangplank versus Conqueror here on the Mordekaiser, a double Conqueror here in the jungle, and it's Lethal Tempo versus PTA, Electrocute versus Airy, and Double Guardian in the bot lane. So, we are ready to see some awesome action. I am ready to cast some awesome action. Are you ready to see some awesome action? Let's fucking go! Please. Please, dear Lords of the Rift, can we load into the game with no issues? Can we have a flawless quality game, great action, another Ruinous Otacon, and so many more things? Thank you. Please, just look at my wish list. I beg of you, oh Lords of the Rift. Amen. Alright. While we wait to get into the games is... Go. Alright, so 80 carry goes here. Bam, bam. Here we go. Good luck, have fun, set it all, chat. So here we go. Looks like we're trying to plot early invade here by the side of JC Fanclub. We've got standard 5-point here from Love. JR needs to be a little bit careful. We got the Rakan W, but we don't really have much follow-up or damage. Like, we've got a Charm from Ari if she wants to use it. So let's see here. What do we end up getting? Okay, we're going to walk into the bush. Gonna miss the Crescent Slash. Just look to get a Warden. Okay, so it's gonna be no deep ward put in. I think Dragoel is gonna try. Okay. But Dragoel gonna be able to just walk away. So we're gonna trade for vision on Raptors. Blue side start by Soma once again. Raptors start by Belvav. So here we go. So once again, this mana thing on GP, it's not an item. It's not going to convert into an item. It's just gonna. It's gonna convert just into mana, so that Gangplank can farm and poke early. He'll sell it when he needs to. And Metaphor is gonna miss the grand entrance here, but so far Sano taking a little bit of damage. Akali gonna have to do what Yon did last matchup when you try to trade HP for as much XP and money as possible. Trying to maybe weave a little bit of damage this time, because an energy champion, you never really run out of mana. But gotta use your HP bar as well as you can. Electrocute means that you do not have any innate sustain. A nice grand entrance onto Sano. But a beautiful handshake by Mimi to stop Sano from, Metaphors from getting too much in early. We'll have to see also what build Twitch goes. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see okay, JR here looking to get an invade in, but McDabber going to see JR. Sano and Mimi now gonna be giving up a lot of pressure on the wave. And yeah, okay, so both lanes. Okay, Dara's with a nice barrel chain, clears a few minions and does a decent amount of damage. Okay, Dara's a little bit behind in XP, but that's just because he hasn't killed all those minions yet. So far, a little bit of action here in the mid lane, but nothing too exciting. Reg, so far having a fun time in this lane. And yeah, Recall gonna be taken here by Reg early. As we're gonna get started on possibly Leandra's, but more than likely it's just gonna be a Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Get that slow. Gotta get that consistent damage in. And that slow is gonna allow us to keep gangplanking the ult a little bit longer. Maybe with some nice pokes. Soma gonna be in a bit of trouble. You're forced to flash over the wall. Soma playing a little bit of hardball, but knows that Belveth will slowly just outscale Diana throughout the game. Okay, nice grand entrance here onto Sano, but the handshake on Cedric stops Sano from taking too much damage. And once again, back at lane parity, we sold the mana crystal because we got ourselves a Sheen and a longsword. Handshake gonna miss out. Metaphor gonna be able to get what he needs, and yeah, Sano is out of mana though. Does want the ult to take in a reset. Looks like we've got... Okay. Sano not gonna get dangerously low. Shield from Mimi gonna be putting in a lot of work. Okay, the teleport flank here, the teleport gank here from Draguel has hit 6 already. And some nice dodges, but that is gonna be first blood over to Akali. Okay, it's a really nice play here by Draguel, understanding that he hit 6 first, that they were overextended and his bot lane needed a reset. A nice shield here from Reg to try and block as much damage as possible from Dars, but Dars with the Gangplank passive, not going to be too far behind. Even at a CS deficit like TF, he gains money every time he kills something with his Q. So as long as he's using his parlays, he's going to be making his monnaies. Okay, forcing the ult here. And yeah, Draguel not going to be able to get away. Had to use a perfect execution bot lane, so that means that we're going to trade 1-to-1 on grubs, 1-to-1 on objectives, 1-to-1 on kills, but already getting a solo kill means a lot because the teleport was invested. So if we get the push this wave in, Akali is definitely going to miss at least a little bit of CS. So Ari should be able to take a good reset. Oh, well, it's only 800 gold, but that's going to be at least a few minions down. Cedric with an XP advantage here has access to the spray and pray. Things gonna look good. Reset was not taken here by McDabber. Still has access to his teleport. Grand entrance just gonna be walked away from. Mimi in a little bit of danger. We got the Gangplank ultimate, and that is gonna be another kill. A kill over to Cedric. So it looks like we're gonna go. Looks like we're gonna go Collector first. And Sano bro has to be a little bit careful. Sano has access to his ultimate now, so he should be safe. And guys are going to be going a static shiv. Draguel looking for a play towards the bot side, but instead gonna get caught out in the rotation by McDabber, who has his ultimate in a few seconds. Gotta be careful. Okay, Draguel really needed to take, Cedric really needed to take a recall here, but Metaphors really wants to hit that level 6. Okay, the flash invested by McDabber to survive. And now JR gonna look for a play here. And JR wants to make sure that this Arya gets pushed in. McDabber looking to stay an extra wave. Oh, okay. Very greedy here by McDabber. Should have just taken the recall. Mordekaiser's shield not lasting very long. Looks like it is going to be, I think it's going to be Leandri's first here for the Mordekaiser. So we're not really going to have any sticking power onto this Gangplank. Things are going to get a little bit rough. With that death though, Dragoel was able to make up a lot of the farm lead. And I think a plate or two was taking in the mid lane. 1-to-1 in objectives though for the feat. The next kill gets the feat of warfare. So that's going to be pretty big. McDabber does have to be careful. Akali is a champion that likes to kill.
My favorite part.
So be very careful about that Spirit Rush. No, you don't have it. You don't have your flash. A lot weaker. And that is the feat of warfare here claimed by Cedric. This time, not giving into the power play. Someone gonna get a grand entrance, the quickness, the Gangplank ultimate. Jonathan Richard, JR gonna be taken down here, but Metaphor in a little bit of danger. Mimi taking a lot of damage, another grand entrance, and yeah, that's a dead Mimi. That was also the Kaisa ultimate invested for the Twitch flash to guarantee the kill, but now that we're going to be up 2-0 on objectives, there's only 2 plates left bot lane, and Twitch is pretty damn fat. Okay, this next dragon is going to be important. Gangplank's got a bit of money. Okay, so it's 3-3 in grubs. No grub buff this game. But it is 2-1 in objectives. And it looks like we're going to give up the dragon. And we're just going to fight for the Rift Herald or the third dragon at this point. Yeah, we're going to clear some vision out here with Metaphors. But we're not going to get much else done here. Gangplank looking to take a recall. Has some fat stacks. Gangplank does have access to his TP, about 2,000 gold now. Wants to get a wave in, wants to get a reset in because he has TP. Okay, that's a good chunk by. There's a good chunk here by Reg onto Dars. He gets slow, but that's a killing spree here for Diana. Soma really fed at this point. Collector also almost finished. McDabber has to be a little bit careful.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Oh, okay, the grand entrance gonna miss out. We're gonna dash out of the way. The Gangplank ultimate coming out here. JR here with the flash. We're looking to get away, but we're gonna battle dance. Back into action. Gangplank looking to get as much damage as he can on this turret. Does have his collector now, which is kind of huge. Gonna grand entrance over the wall here to make sure we are safe. Turret plating has now fallen. And that top lane is melting. But it looks like we're gonna try and deny a buff. Red buff gonna be denied here by the side of Love, but things are pretty rough. Down 2k gold. Yeah, and Dar's finally with actually a decent gold lead thanks to all those plates. Took about 4 plates, I think, in total. If Sano dies, that turret is gone. But there is no quickness here on the side of Rakan for the time being. Ooh, those are some really good chunks. And no dash available here for Diana as it was interrupted with the blast cone. With Dars here looking to get a reset in. As maybe a bit more money. And we don't have teleport, but we're gonna be, I think we're getting, yeah, we're getting the anti-heal. So we're gonna go Mortal Reminder, second item. It's important, is this next objective is gonna be the third objective. Sano might be dead here. Forced to flash away. Gonna be taken really low. There's only Dragwall has TP. And he's gonna use it to get back to the mid lane. Okay, that turret is probably dead. If Cedric gets his hands on it. Cedric should be able to get the first turret, so that is gonna be the feats of strength given over here to the Twitch, who already had a massive gold lead. Okay. Yeah, things are... the experience of these players is starting to show. And yeah, that's a solo. That's an easy solo kill secured. Sano Bros gonna be caught in the Diana ultimate. Mimi trying to do what she can with the hostile takeover, but it's not gonna be enough. JR gonna be taken down here, and that is a double kill. 3 kills here, and that is gonna be Rift, an extra turret, probably even the mid lane. We have defeated the Rift Herald, but no one is taking the Herald. Hello? 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 Rift Herald? Anyone? No? Okay, let me just fix the camera now that we have more items. But okay, yeah, Rift Herald, we're just gonna forget the Rift Herald? Alright. That's unfortunate. But hey, we got top outer. I don't know why we didn't just run to grab the Herald. Could have maybe even gotten a decent bit of the tier 2 in. But Twitch now working towards an attack speed item. I don't know if we're working towards Blade of the Rune King. Might not even need it. Honestly, probably just better if he builds pure crit. Because there's like no tank here. So we went Riftmaker for some Mordekaiser. So a nice 3-man engage. Metaphor is going to be going down here, but this Twitch on chain, Soma unstoppable, and Love falling at the seams. 7,000 gold down. And Mr. GC Fanclub showing the Nine-Tailed Fox is not here to fuck around. Soma having a fantastic game on this Diana. The Bel'Veth really not working out. And we get to see what happens when Darius has access to his Gangplank. That is so much damage that Reg is taking. Darius has access to the teleport, so he won't be missing out on much. Has the money to get his Mortal Reminder. There you go, look, he got 7 gold. Because the parlay, just like Twisted Fate's gold thing, can crit. Meaning he can get 1 to 12 gold per I think, unless it's just the extra gold guaranteed from the skill. But yeah, so far things are looking disastrous here for the side of love. The tank is not tanky. The damage isn't damagey. Well, I mean, Akali does damage, but Cedric's 2 items already 50% crit. Looks like we're not even trying to opt for Bork because we don't really need one. The taunt coming out from McDabber as he just lives. Oh, but the perfect execution. The Storm Surge is going to be enough. That's a nice shutdown. Dragwall might also be able to get a bot lane bounty. But we're going to use the ultimate of Gangplank. JR going to be taken down. Soma here gonna be able to get a double kill. Cedric's gonna live, and Dar's gonna put in a lot of work. What did we get? Sorry. Do we know which Arcana has spawned? I don't know. Okay, so that's an inner turret here taken by Dar's solo. So this man is rich, almost 3,000 gold up. The early game was a little bit shoddy, but I mean, outside of that, a huge shutdown going down to a huge shutdown going over to the side of Dragoel, but he's the only one on the team getting anything done. Kai'Sa is at 2 items, but the Twitch almost on 3. It just feels like he does so much more damage. And we picked this Mordekaiser into Gangplank.
It's me.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we're working on our 3rd crit item here for Gangplank. Want to get to 100% crit as fast as we can. Metaphors of McDabber looking for a play here. Dragwell has 1 HP item and it feels like he's super tanky. But Cedric is on his way. Okay. I mean, it looks, I think it's voracious. Alright, Dar's gonna use the ultimate to try and take the kill, but Cedric gonna have enough money to just solo YOLO Bolo. Sano really starting to fall flat here in games number 2 and 3. The Xayah was really not convincing, and the blind Kai'Sa, very interesting, but I guess Twitch is just super good against Kai'Sa. I've never seen this lane matchup in competitive. But Metaphors here gonna be able to survive. Voracious Atacon is what was taken, so False Life has been given over to all 5 members of MRJC Fanclub. And things are looking great. The 8,000 gold lead. Dodge doesn't care. Okay, Mordekaiser does a little bit of damage. Okay, we got the Bloodletter's Curse to try and increase the magic, the magic resist shred, but no one's building any magic resist. So a little bit of an interesting item. I would have thought we needed something a little more useful, but I don't know. This item doesn't feel very good as it currently is. I think it looks great on Lilia and Zac. Okay, JR here, gonna be in a bit of trouble, but a nice double quickness, and oh. Okay, Akali gonna be able to get a blue turret at the top side, forcing the barrier here from Cedric. But now we're gonna go to Cloud Soul Point. That was really nice for not ultimate by Mimi, but unfortunately the 1 in 10 bot lane. We said it in the tier list. Mimi in a good mind state. Fantastic Enchanter. Mimi when there's no carries on her team. Playing Enchanters, you know, like Enchanters are only as good as your strongest carry. Here, Mimi gonna be in trouble, gonna get caught out by the charm. Cedric is dominating. We've almost got the Blade of the Rune King, Sano Bros. Gonna go down here. 1 and 12. Reg gonna be able to get a objective bounty with 250 gold split to the team. But I don't think it's gonna fix the current. It has closed the gold deficit a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna save them from what's currently going on. And now GP working towards. I think this is Immortal Shield Bow. Oh, that's so cool. You had the little particle walking animations on Battle Boss Belvev. That's pretty damn cool. The False Life going to wear off, has worn off now. Let's look at the money no me. About 800 gold. So I think after this camp, Dars should have his third crit item. When he gets to 100% crit, you're going to see those barrels probably going to one-shot Mimi and Kaisa. There's no... Well, definitely going to one-shot Kaisa. There's no HP investment anywhere in that build. Anyone with HP has a little bit of a chance to survive, but Swift Marchers picked up here by Metaphors, really putting in the work this game. Some beautiful ultimates and some great engages, but okay, gonna charm the knockup from JR and not gonna be in too much trouble. So I'm gonna reset the little froggy. I don't think that was his intention. Soma's still on just slightly magical boots. Has his on his hourglass, is level 15, is up 40 CS. Dragwell looking to make a play here on Akali. But the perfect execution is going to come in. And that's just not going to be enough. We get the Nightfall. And a beautiful max range Lollipop and Charm. Another objective bounty could be on the line here. Okay, Sano able to walk out of that, but it looks like Baron is just going to be started here. Jera has to be able to get in the pit, has his flash, a hostile takeover. The objective bounty has been stolen, but is it going to lead to anything? Wow, takes about 60% of his full HP bar from Gangplank's auto attack, and then just gets smacked in the face by a parlay. I see Dars isn't even fully scaled. Okay, we got the quickness. We're looking to find Sano Bros. Reg gonna be taking a lot of damage here. Okay, we're gonna kill Dars here in the 1v1, but Cedric is godlike, 705, putting in so much damage. Dars went for the Serpent's Fang to be able to break shields. So not going to be able to cap at 100% crit. Interesting. I wonder when we're getting that Triforce. Because that's a big part of like the barrel wombo. It's a Triforce max crit proc. But there is a lot of shielding here on the side of Love. Still 6k gold deficit. We're on Cloud Soul Point. Spawning in about a minute. The Baron being stolen does buy them a little bit of time. That was a 679 gold shutdown though. To the Mordekaiser, who then finished his Rylai's, but not only finally starting to build some armor. I think we should have maybe... I don't know about Bloodletter's Curse. But McDaver has to be a little bit careful. We're going to use the Spirit Rush. We're going to miss the Shuriken backflip mark onto the Ahri. And that's just the Ahri ultimate use. And you can see it's almost going to be off cooldown. It's like a very short cooldown. JR here getting caught. The Nightfall. JR going to go to the Shadow Realm. If there's no takedown, he's dead. Dragwell doesn't have the perfect execution. Cedric is legendary. Another Battle Dance over the wall. But we don't have the range. However, Dragwell goes back in. Just going to die here. And that's a
Blue team double kill.
okay. Cedric going a little bit too Hamboni Ramboni. But Red should be dead here. Force the Flash has the ultimate, but just gonna get one shot here by Dars when he's low HP. That Mordekaiser's shield no longer coming in. Sano doesn't have any follow-up on 3 items, but we've almost got 4 items here for Cedric really putting the work in, and that's gonna be Cloud Soul guaranteed. A marvelous reverse sweep is incoming, as game 1 was really nice, but then we saw the cracks in the armor for game number 2. JR gonna take a lot of damage, and nice moonfall onto 4, sorry, onto 3, and it looks like it's the end of the game. Dragonwell's trying, but does he have enough gas in his ass? Gonna be able to take 2, the kill on the Gangplank, and Rakan, that's a triple kill, but he doesn't have enough juice in the tank left to kill Soma, and that's another ace. It's only Reg to defend, but I don't think we're going to be able to get much done. That should be the bot inner turret taken here for the side of MRJC Fanclub. Dragwell making the hero play, trying as hard as he could, but Twitch should be able to just take this turret. Also doing the Grump. We're pushing in all cylinders. And game 2 was close. Game 2 got close, and then it started like snowballing out of despair. And game 3 was just clean from the side of was just very clean here from the side of MRJC Fanclub. But the game 1 performance by Love was fantastic. However, it kind of shows the cracks in the armor that, you know, if you're only good for that game 1 draft in Fearless, you start not being comfortable on the champions you need to play. You only get 1 chance on every champion. And if you only show... Yeah, Papa Larry putting in that work. He's got that milk money. He's got that stripper money. He's got that downtown club money. He even has that Uber Eats money. He can order like 50 Big Macs on Uber Eats and still have leftover cash. Dude's rich. Could afford to pay like 50 orphans through like US universities at this point in the game. The man has so much money, it's just not even funny. We've got the Immortal Shield Ball now built for Dars. We've got the Rift Maker in the works here for Diana. 9-1-13, 22 KDA. Fantastic. But I think we do have to give Metaphors praise. We roasted the shit out of him for being an F tier support. And I don't know, man. He's currently pulling a lot of weight. But that's the difference. Engaged supports make game-winning plays. Enchanters help carries carry. So Mimi has not tried to play engaged champions yet. Sano Bros just gonna be taken to jail. It's Pound Town over here. A battle that's gonna be dodged out of the way, but the quickness not gonna be so lucky. However, McDabber almost gonna get taken down here. Cedric almost losing his mind when he saw Ari. He's like, yo, give me them fluffy tails, bitch. Bop, bop, bop. There's nothing dangerous than giving an American a gun. Okay, Metaphor's gonna get Mordekaiser ulted, but Reg here gonna be taken to the Shadow Realm. Now Metaphor's gonna take a recall here. We have Baron up, the base is cracked open. I think we're just gonna opt to do the Baron up instead. Okay. Forcing the dash away from the Valkaz. Valkaz doesn't have the ultimate form right now. So missing out on some key factors. That true damage burn adding up really quickly here. We're doing the objective so fast. Not gonna be able to take a poke with the Kaiser W. And JR gonna look for a play here on the Soma, but Soma is pretty huge. We've got the barrel chain from Dars. And the burn, the true damage burn, gonna be enough. We got the hostile takeover, but we're gonna dodge out of the way. Mimi gonna be in a little bit of danger, but Sano Bros gets charmed up and killed. Gangplank gonna go pow, pow, pow as he raises the morale. And that's an ace, ladies and gentlemen. A clean ace by the Ninetale Fox team in disguise, Mr. JC's fan club. Speaking of which, it would have been ironic if Mr. JC was actually in this league, because then he'd have an actual fan club. But looks like it's going to be a clean reverse sweep. Dars, Soma, Cedric, everyone on the team putting in a lot of work. And that is the end of our first Eternals Week 1 cast. Join us Friday, 7:30 for DH Hydro Quebec versus the Delirious Hellhounds. Another beautiful best of 3. You're not going to want to miss out. This has been the Fallen Sanctum. Thank you for joining the English broadcast. And as to all, salute. Ciao, bye, motherfuckers. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Join me Friday night.